centre forward, but scorer of really good goals. David Hurd, a really strong shot, tough as well. And John Aston, really, I would say, class him as an orthodox left winger. But a really good side.
But, Ron, you're at the heart of the Liverpool side, so take us through this one, if you would.
Well, Tommy Lawrence, I'll keep him for 6, 7 years. Lovely lad, a little bit overweight. Chris Lawler, very, very quiet, but scored his 10 goals nearly every season. Of course, Emlyn Hughes, very enthusiastic, you know, good player, young lad at the time. Ian Callaghan, superb player, you know, he worked his heart out for Liverpool. Roger Hunt, one of the best strikers I've ever played with, there's no doubt about that. Big Tony Hateley, well, great in the air, but a little bit to be desired on the floor, which meant if you gave him a pass, you never got it back. Ian St. John, lovely lad. I'll tell you, 120%, you know, and he was the brains of our side, and of course, Peter Thompson, lovely player.
Well, the year 1968, when Britain's first sextuplets were born, and Ted Heath appointed a certain lady as Shadow Transport Minister. I think her name might have been Margaret. Anyway, to important things. Man United versus Liverpool, described by David Coleman.
Tony Hateley, number 9. It's Jeff Strong. Liverpool playing against a strong breeze. Liverpool, remember, wearing the white shirts. Had a colour change because of the clash. Jeff Strong. Obviously, this wind is going to play tricks. And Ross quite wisely letting that ball drift out of play. There was no one loose up front. And Chris Lawler going to take the throw. These two teams, remember, have dominated the English League Championship for the last 4 years. They've each won it twice. Liverpool, of course, noted for the defensive way they play away from home. In 16 away matches, they've only conceded 17 goals. Now Fitzpatrick. St. John. Sadler finding it very difficult in that wind. The ball held up in the wind. Paddy Crowden. To Charlton. These two are the midfield boys for United. Burns made space well, left it to Garling. Charlton. So it's Crowden again. Fitzpatrick. United being forced to fiddle with the ball a little bit because everyone's marked tightly. Well, this is Jeff Strong. Whistle's gone for a foul against Bobby Charlton, or by Bobby Charlton, on Strong. It's going to be Ron Yates, the Liverpool captain, with a kick. Charlton, a really bad one by Yates. Best trying to break quickly. And Best is clear. There's a real chance here for Best.
Well, it was a great goal, a runaway goal after that great free kick, I suppose, Bobby.
Well, I'll have to put that down as a Ron Yates assist, won't I? It's a great pass to me in the middle of the field. I forgot that, for goodness.
I'd forgotten myself, and you just reminded me, you know.
I couldn't remember that goal, yeah.
You sure you were wearing, you know, it was the red.
You
were wearing red at that time.
But he didn't miss many, George, when he was through on his own.
No.
It's good.
Against players of the calibre of George Best. So Manchester United, the league champions, get the start they wanted. Done to Crowder. And Roger Hunt. Hunt showing great determination in the way he went after that ball. Crowden. Leaving it to Best. Best in trouble. It's Thompson. Showing Best that he can do a bit of dribbling as well. Now Hughes. Liverpool just a little bit rattled, a bit hurried too. Now Crowden. This is Garling. Trying to find Charlton. Beautiful ball by Charlton to Aston. Garling storming through the middle. Burns. Well, they telegraphed the pass. Burns with the throw. Charlton. Ball swirling awkwardly in this wind, and the wind's certainly going to play quite a considerable part in this match. Burley, Tommy Lawrence, the Liverpool goalkeeper. 5 minutes gone, United lead by that George Best goal. Whistle's gone. David Sadler taking the kick for Manchester United. Hughes. Thompson for Liverpool. It's Fitzpatrick to Charlton. McCraren to Burns. Neat football by Manchester United. It's Charlton again. Burns, who never stopped running from when he played the first ball. Charlton! And a great save! A wonderful save by Lawrence, and what a shot by Charlton. He really got hold of that, a real Charlton special. And no wonder the crowd are cheering Tommy Lawrence. Here at Manchester.
Yeah, a good save by an overweight Tommy Lawrence there, Bobby.
Yeah, he was a good goalkeeper. He was a good shot stopper, Tommy. But he was a little bit on the heavy side, and I can't remember that. But if we'd have scored one there, if it would have been two, that would have been different, wouldn't it?
Fitzpatrick. Aston, number 11, being fleeced by Yates. Aston just a little bit indecisive, and it's Lawler for Liverpool. This is Callahan. Burns to Hurd. McCraren. Gowling. Good tackle on David Hurd there, but nice build-up football by Manchester United. Well, this promised on paper to be a good match, and it certainly started in that way. United playing as if they intend to stay top of the table and retain the championship. They've certainly got away to a very convincing start. Strong. Hunt. Good tackle by Fitzpatrick, back to Sadler, and this is Stepney. John Aston. Taken out by Ian St John. Haitley, number 9, being fleeced by Sadler. Trying to find himself a space, but it's done for United. Craren. Charlton. Craren again. This time Charlton. Again, good build-up. And the flag up just offside against David Hurd. It was fractional, but a good decision. Linesman was right in line with players David Hurd broke, and he was just a fraction offside. It was a good decision. Chris Lawler taking the kick for Liverpool. That's St John. This time it's Callahan. Set up on for the cross. Where's Haitley's head? There it is. But beaten this time in the air by Sadler. Now St John. Ian St John just couldn't get over the top of that ball to keep it down. Stepney with the goal kick. Out strong. St John. Callahan being obstructed there by Burns. A free kick to Liverpool in a rather dangerous spot for United, just outside the penalty area. United packing the box. Only George Best is outside the penalty area at the moment. Garling's just come out. St John with a kick. Yates is there. Oh, it hit the post, it's in! And it's a goal for Lawler.
As you say, Ron, you'd have come up for most of those free kicks and corners anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. Obviously, with the height and weight of me, you know, even if I didn't get it, made sure the centre-half didn't get it.
Nice one, too, with the post there.
It was, you know, and I did hear that they gave it to Chris. You know, I wasn't worried at the time, as long as it was, you know, we'd scored. I didn't care if I scored or who scored, but as long as it went in the net, Dickie, was the main thing.
What a wonderful 10 minutes of football we've had in this match. The wind carrying that ball out of play, but we certainly had a tremendous start to this game. Sadler to Craren. Craren caught in possession for once there, now it's Hunt. Haitley trying to get Hunt away, a real chance for Roger Hunt.
Well, he's a great goal scorer, Roger Hunt, wasn't he, Bobby? I mean, he scored so many good goals.
Yeah, he was lethal in the box, Roger. Right foot, left foot. I thought Alex Stepney, looking at it now, you know, might have come out and narrowed the angle a little bit more, but nevertheless, he was a great striker, And Liverpool were just getting a little more confidence as the game went on. We started really well, could have scored 2, didn't, and now we're 2-1 down. It's a funny game, football, isn't it?
Is it not? Heard that before.
Yeah. By Tony Haitley, who didn't waste any time at all. All United right up against it, the champions. It's Claren. Callahan helping out the defence. Ball was out of play. And it's going to be Claren with the throw. Aston, Yates for Liverpool. Fitzpatrick. Hunt. Hughes trying to find Haitley. It's Charlton. Ross for Liverpool. Third, he didn't get hold of that. Callahan. Fitzpatrick. This is Craren. Best. Burns breaking outside. It's Aston, though. Came right away from the defence. Set up onto the orthodox cross. Still a little bit too casual. He's made the space for himself to do it again, though. Great try by George Best. Spun very, very quickly on that. What a good player Best is. You saw how quickly he could spin on the ball. Got no room at all, but he took his chance. It's Burns to Charlton. Charlton to Best. Best teasing Hughes, but Hughes finally got the boot to it. It's Callahan. To Hughes. This is Haitley. To Thompson. Thompson looking for the gap. An injury time now in the first half. Fitzpatrick to Crowder. The whistle's gone, though, for a foul by Burns on Haitley. It's St John with the kick. 30 seconds of injury time gone in this first half. Nicely read by Fitzpatrick, but it's Yates now for Liverpool. Dunn. Referee looking at the linesman. Lawler. Lawler to St John. And there's the half-time whistle, with Manchester United, the reigning league champions and league leaders, trailing at home to Liverpool by 2-1. George Best got the United goal after 2 minutes. The goal scorers for Liverpool, Chris Lawler and Roger Hunt. Manchester United facing a very strong wind and trailing. Chris Lawler, one of the goal scorers for Liverpool. Roger Hunt got the other. And George Best, remember, for Manchester United. Liverpool now with this very strong wind behind them. And Manchester United, one couldn't say they've not gambled in the first half, they did. And really once or twice at the back, because of that, because they were so far stretched, they looked very, very shaky in defence. But they really got to put it all in now in the second half. This is Haitley for Liverpool. Burns. Nice ball control to Charlton. Hughes to Thompson. Thompson still in possession. Back to Hughes. Fitzpatrick. Just getting his shot in there was Ian St John. Liverpool are going to have a pop every time they can see the whites of those goalposts with this wind behind. Rick Stepney with the kick. It's Hurd. Strong for Liverpool. Burns looking for the loose man. His hands. But the referee has given a throw. Just judged it was accidental, hands by Ross. And Tommy Lawrence complaining to the referee that something's been thrown in the goal mouth there at the Stretford end. One or two of the ball boys there helping him to pick things up. Probably coins or stones. It's Gowling. It was a good ball, that. It was a thoughtful ball, in fact, and it was such a good one that it beat John Aston as well. He didn't expect it to be played there. Lawler to Callaghan. Then Callahan. Sadler looking for Stepney, but a lot of time to Burns. Burns had got nowhere to go there. Chris Lawler going to take the throw. Fitzpatrick thought it was going to spin out to Cradden. Cradden to Charlton. These two have pretty well run the middle of the field in the first half, but not really been able to produce anything decisive from it. Best. Wonderful football by George Best. What a pity he had to be brought down like that.
I thought he might have laid down then, George, do you think? Anyway, what do you think, or can you remember what Shanks would have said at half-time? You were 2-1 up.
Well, he'd be delighted, you know. Even though I had gave away more or less the first goal, he wouldn't have mentioned it at all, you know. He was superb at half-time. Never lost the head. He always constructive. Always thought we were the best side.
Any inspiring lines apart from that?
Not that I could remember, not that I could mention on television.
I was surprised because Ron said that he kept cool. You know, I wouldn't imagine that he was the cool sort of character that at half-time would go in and actually systematically, you know, evaluate what had happened. I always thought that maybe he was a bit sort of explosive, but apparently not, which is surprising, really.
No, he'd sit down with you at half-time individually, you know, if he had something to say and explain it to you, you know, and you'd go, yeah, boss.
It's St John now. Whether one or two of the players thought they'd heard a whistle in the crowd, I don't know. It's Hunt again. Appealed for a penalty, but it was a good tackle. Crowd blocking that one. Callahan. Starting strong. Done. The players all looking at the referee again. I'm not quite sure whether they thought they'd heard a whistle in the crowd then or not. But one or two of them seemed to pause. Now it's Gowling. 5 minutes of the second half gone. The match really exploding. It's Charlton. Charlton on to David Hurd. Hurd who's found space well. Came right away from the defence. Fitzpatrick. It's a bit like Georgie Best on cameras. Beetle hairdo. Quite a character, young Fitzpatrick. This is Tony Dunn. Cradden. Easily taken out by Hughes, though. Thompson. Good running there by St John. The defence split again. They're in terrible trouble, and a great save by Stepney. Right on the edge of the 6-yard box. He was right up the line to narrow the angle, with the defence hopelessly cut apart again.
Ian St John, at this time, he just moved into midfield from being a striker, didn't he?
Yeah,
Ron?
once that Bill Shankly had bought Tony Hately, you know, of course, Tony was an out-and-out striker. Ian moved from up front to the midfield and moved, you know, very, very successfully. Tons of heart, Ian, good pass of the ball, and ran midfield.
It was a good influence on the other players.
Oh, very much so.
I would think, yeah.
You know, hated to get beat.
A little bit casual. To Craddock. A bit too close, all this is. Gowling. It's all just a little bit too close. The Liverpool defenders being given time to mass in the centre. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Still, Manchester United posing the questions in this match, but the Liverpool defence seem to have most of the answers. Fitzpatrick. Ball still in play, and Hunt is clear. Hately making ground in the centre. And this is Callahan. And again, Stepney perfectly positioned on the 6-yard line. Crowded now. United with a quick counter-attack. They must mount it quickly. It's Aston, but in the way was Lawler. Of Charlton. Charlton to Best. Best will have to go on and take them. And it hit the post. One of those awkward balls that no one made a decisive move to control. Now Callahan. It's United again, this time Charlton. Charlton to Hurd. Crowded back to Hurd. Inches beyond the upright. David Hurd, who's finding a lot more room now. Now he's started using the right-hand touchline. United widening their attacks in the second half. Hughes, strong, just a bit wild. Crowd and the whistle's gone. Foul against David Sadler on Hately. Half an hour left for play. Manchester United 1, Liverpool 2.
Well, probably Liverpool and Man United, always exciting encounters. Would you remember the excitement of this day?
Every match against Liverpool, two cities, you know, close to each other, and there was always this rivalry.
Oh, this is it!
And it was the type of match that you never needed any motivation for, like derby games, you know. It was a derby game in a way, you know, Manchester against Liverpool. Yeah. But it was just that when you played against a team like Liverpool, if you didn't play to your best, you know, then you would be beaten, and you really didn't need much motivating. You knew how important the game was.
And the same thing.
This was always the same. Whenever we played Liverpool, there was always plenty of emotion, lots of enthusiasm, you know, sparks flying. It was terrific.
You'd agree with that, Ron?
Yes, I would. I don't think there was any ever dirtiness in the game. You know, it was all hard tackling and endeavour, and of course both sides wanted to win. Both managers wanted to win as well, both Scotsmen. But I can't remember, Bobby, any sort of...
No, I think there was a mutual respect of the players.
Was.
You know, we knew that they were a really skillful outfit.
He's got it off one of the United Players. And he's cleared. Again, another good save. Nobody able to put a decisive tackle on Tony Haley. It's Aston to Charlton. Bobby Charlton, stockage roll down, in the game all the time. Wanting the ball, providing all the time. But so far, his passes haven't produced anything. It's Hurd. Crowden. Did well to get that back, Crowden did. Is that a foul against... Yes, foul on Jeff Strong, a free kick to Liverpool. Matt Busby looking very thoughtful and tense. Side trailing by 2-1. Now Haley. Sadler, Haley again. No real catch that, I don't think. What it's slowed up to, hadn't been a lot of ground to get to that. And cleverly winning the corner. Roger Hunt back in the England side last Wednesday against Spain in the European Nations Cup. It's going to be here, Ian Callaghan to take the kick. United with the two fullbacks on the line and Stepney bouncing up and down ready for it. Callaghan's trying to swing it in on the wing. An appeal for hands. It's tipped over the bar. And Burns complaining to the referee that the referee should have blown up for hands there. It certainly looked at the ball, was controlled before it went to St John by one of the Liverpool players' hands. 10 minutes left for play. Burns still complaining to the referee that the ball was controlled by a player's hand. Well, the ball in there among the Liverpool supporters, there at one end of the ground, Manchester United, of course, at the Stretford end, and I wouldn't like to be among that lot.
Yeah, that's one of the problems at the Stretford Road end anyway, Bobby, isn't it? I mean, they were just, oh, I see someone's being bustled out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's talk about good things. Alex Stepney, I mean, he's having a great game.
Well, fortunately, you know, he was a great line goalkeeper and had great positional sense. Made a mistake with the first goal, but since then has been absolutely faultless in his work. His handling, he's had great hands, great positional sense, and he's needed it as well. Look at the number of chances that Liverpool have had. It's unbelievable, and he's saved them all, stopped them all. It's a great goalkeeper, Alex.
Driving through with sheer strength. Crowden. And Haley's down now. The crowd protesting, but he's lying down just to get the referee to get the sub on. And Mr. Dagnall saying, no, you can't come on yet because the ball isn't dead. But Tommy Lawrence pumping it now out of play. And this is the moment the substitution can be made. Tony Haley waiting to make sure that Arrowsmith can be brought on. And Haley sitting there now decides the time he left. Haley, who passed a fitness test this morning, clearly struggling a bit on that right leg again. This is Hughes storming through. Great try and a wonderful save. Emlyn Hughes really thought he'd beaten the goalkeeper then. It was a wonderful shot. Very good goalkeeping by Stepney there, picking it right out of the top corner. Liverpool in no hurry to take this corner. The referee looking back at the linesman. Thompson with the corner. Liverpool, remember, 2-1 in front. Against St John. We now had 3 minutes of injury time. Again, the Liverpool supporters getting restless, reminding the referee about the time. Now it's Charlton. And there's the final whistle. And the league championship is wide open once more. Manchester United beaten at home again. There's the Liverpool crowd, visitors from the famous Kop, really celebrating, and they've got something to celebrate tonight. Really good win for Liverpool by 2-1 after they trailed by a goal to nil after 2 minutes. George Best put United in front after 2 minutes. Lawler equalised for Liverpool, and Roger Hunt got the winner, and that split the league championship right down the centre.